Welcome to Comic Construction. Let's talk about Batgirl, Stephanie Brown, Volume 2 by Brian Q. Miller, Dustin Nguyen, Perry Perez, et al. From DC Comics. This book is a standard size trade paperback at 6 5/8 by 10 1/4 inches and has 328 pages. This is a standard DC trade and build with semi-gloss paper interiors. The cover has this gorgeous watercolor of Stephanie Brown with this cool background featuring the gray ghost done in a stained glass sort of style by Dustin Nguyen. His watercolors are just phenomenal. This book does have a scored hinge on it, which in theory would kind of encourage the book to only open a certain way, but the scoring is not deep enough and the glue does not move high enough for that really to happen. So it's just more of an afterthought, which is common on DC and Marvel trade paperbacks, unfortunately. But you don't buy a trade paperback for the build, you buy it for the story. And this book has some of my favorite comic book stories, hands down. Brian Q. Miller tells a brilliant coming-of-age story with this semi-member of the Batman family. Stephanie's been the spoiler. She's been Robin. They thought she was dead for a little while. And she's not exactly welcomed into the family by many of the members. But that's kind of the joy of reading this story. Miller explores Stephanie's life as a college student, her relationship with her mother, and the conflict she has with Barbara Gordon, the original Batgirl. How her relationship with Barbara grows through these 24 issues in the 2 volumes, I should say. This is basically 14 issues. But the way her relationship with Barbara grows is very beautiful to read. I don't want to spoil any of the details of the story. All you need to know is that there's kind of a mystery going on with some criminals running around in superpowered suits, and Stephanie's on the case. And because they're powered and she isn't, she's going to need all the help and support she can from all of her friends. There is some deep DC lore in this book. I would recommend reading Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow by Alan Moore before reading it. That's a classic story about Superman that you should read anyway. But by reading it, it gives you a little more context to the ending, allowing the ending to hit as hard as possible. Seeing Dustin Nguyen's art treated as traditional comic book art, meaning somebody else inking it, somebody else coloring it in a more traditional style, is pretty interesting. I think his work is good, but when he does his own watercolors, then it's brilliant. Perry Perez also provides a lot of the art, and his art is very good as well. The ending of Batgirl Stephanie Brown is a bittersweet goodbye to the DC Universe that was so important to me through my teen and college years. The ending still chokes me up after, like, all these years later. I just read it last night and I just kind of teared up and saying goodbye to a universe that was very important to me for a long period in my life. If you haven't, I'd recommend buying both volumes and enjoying them. Thanks for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and share with a friend.